Hi gorgeous, and a very happy October to you. Happy fall! Today I'm testing out a peel off brow tint gel. This is from a company called Etude House, which I know many of you are familiar with. It's a Korean brand if you're not familiar with it. And this is an interesting product. I'm going to show you the full application with it, and I'll also show you a wear test at the end of the video along with my full thoughts on it. And I'll let you know, is this one worth checking out or not? It's so weird seeing your face fully made up with no brows. This is made in Korea. It's called Tint My Brows Gel, and the shade that I'm using here is red brown because I got red hair and it was the only one that made sense. So the way that you're supposed to use this little guy, according to the package, is you want to apply this liberally, that's what it says, in the shape of your eyebrow. You don't want to apply it outside of the eyebrow because no matter where you put this little guy, it is going to stain your skin this color. So you want to be careful with the application. It says you want to let it dry and set for at least 2 hours before peeling it off. But for the best results, you want to let it sit overnight. So since I have 2 eyebrows, I'm gonna do that for one after 2 hours, peel it off, show you what that looks like, and then let the other one sit overnight. And we'll see if there's a difference. That's what the applicator looks like. Looks like a fingernail polish applicator. Whew, I'm nervous. This stuff is so stringy though. It has a nice scent. It smells like skincare actually. Can't place the skincare company, but it does smell like a skincare item. It's a very fresh, clean scent. Okay, here we go. Well, it's very cold to the touch. Actually, I didn't expect it to be. I guess it would be since it is a liquid. It's gonna be hard to stay in the lines of my eyebrow though with this one. Because normally I overfill my eyebrows. Since I don't have eyebrows, this is gonna be a little more challenging. Well, it's a little hard to distribute the product evenly. It's kind of splotchy on application. And I'm not sure if it's supposed to be stringy like that. It's almost like when you have a nail polish that's sat too long and it starts to get goopy. That's the type of texture that this has. It's very stringy and goopy, for lack of a better word. This consistency though, let me see if I can show you how stringy it is. Yeesh. Glop it on, glop it on, yes. Thankfully, I have nowhere to go today. Can you imagine? Oh, I would do it. I would so do it. This color is making me nervous. And I'm wondering how I'm going to be able to sleep with it. It's gonna get all over my pillow tonight. Instagram brows, anyone? Ooh, my brows are stiff. Ooh, and this stuff's not even dry yet. Ooh, gotta make a match too. Cause if they gonna look stupid, they gonna look stupid together. There, all right, yowza. This is gonna be interesting. I may have just made the biggest mistake of my life, or I may have discovered something really great. We'll find out. It's been 4 hours later at this point instead of 2. I lost track of time, sorry. They are completely dry at this point, and if I run my fingers over it, you can see nothing comes off. They are extremely shiny. They almost look like plastic in person. I'm gonna grab an edge here, and you can see it's very pronounced, so hopefully this is gonna be easy to peel. Okay. It's not, it doesn't hurt. Eee. I'm trying to grab an image for the thumbnail here too while I do this. Woo! Something about that is so satisfying, am I right? And you can see it did come off in one piece. Okay, so this is really interesting now that I'm looking at it up close. It's a little more red than I would like, so I'm not too happy with the color personally. I'd like it to be a little lighter than that. nor am I happy with the Instagram brow thing I got going on there. But I'm gonna try something. I am going to take the end of a blending brush on one of my brow products. I'm probably doing this in vain, but I just wanna see if I can blend it so it's not such a harsh line. It's a little better, but it's still a little harsher than I would like. But I bet you could clean it up with a little bit of concealer and foundation there too. And the way that I'm going to do this brow over here is I'm going to be very careful tonight in removing my makeup. I'm going to use a makeup removing wipe around the eyes, making sure not to disturb this brow. I'm going to leave it on overnight and then come back in the morning to peel it off, and we'll see if there's a difference between these two sides. Well, I survived the night with my one eyebrow and it looks pretty good. It's lifting off. It is ready to be peeled off. It's been on for a total of 17 hours at this point. I'll zoom in here so you can see what I mean. You can see it's starting to peel on the inner corner right there, and it's also starting to lift off on the end. Okay, here we go. Oh, that one's a little more painful than the one yesterday I pulled off. And noticeably darker. You can see that by leaving it on for a lot longer than 4 hours over here, the pigmentation is much stronger. And just like with this one over here, I am going to attempt to try and blend it on the inner portion because it is so blocky and strong. One of the things I don't like about this product is how many of my brow hairs it pulled out with it. Not on this eyebrow, the one that was only on for 4 hours. It didn't have a problem there at all. It was the one that was on for 17 hours that really pulled out a lot of my brow hairs with it, and I'm hoping it'll come across on camera. Really not happy to see that. Now it does say on the package, do not use a cleansing product or apply force to the eyebrow area within 24 hours of using the product. And it sounds like they want the longest possible results with the tint on your brows. So it'll be interesting to see how long this really goes for. So how did this one wear over time? Because I feel like that is the true indicative test when you're using a product like this. After going through all of that trouble and applying it and waiting for it to set, you want it to last for a decent amount of time. And what I found in my experience was that it started to fade by day 2. It looked somewhat presentable, but I still had to fill in my brows with a pencil, and by day 5 it was completely gone. There was nothing on my brows anymore by this point. If I were going to use this product again, I would not let it sit overnight. I would let it sit on my brows for a maximum of 4 hours like I did with the first eyebrow. Reason being is pretty obvious, because the longer you let it sit on your brows, the better likelihood it has of clinging to your brow hairs and pulling them out when you take the product off, which is not too comfortable. And I didn't feel like the color difference was that strong between the brow that sat overnight and the brow that sat for 4 hours to be able to tell you, oh yeah, you should definitely let it sit overnight. 4 hours is plenty enough time. The red-brown color was pretty strong. It was a little hard to get accustomed to the first couple days out of the gate. It did start to fade over time the more that I allowed it to wear in the brows, but yeah, it's a little too red for my liking, so that threw me off. I didn't necessarily care for the application with this one, and like I said, if I were going to use it again, I would probably start in the middle of the brows and go outwards, and then just use a pencil on the inner portion of my brows to fill them in. But if I were going to do that, then I'm kind of defeating the purpose of the brow tint gel. The whole idea behind this, I feel like, is to be able to apply it so that you're not having to apply a brow product and you can get up and go. It's kind of like eyelash extensions. You don't want to mess with your lashes, you want to just get up and go. And I don't feel like with this product, you could easily accomplish that. So to break it down to the nitty-gritty for you, would I ever use this product again? Heck no. It's not a bad product, it just wasn't the right match for me, and we all have to find what works best for us. So please keep that in mind with this kind of a product. Just because it didn't work for me does not mean that it won't work for you, but I do hope that I provided enough information for you within this video so that you are better able to make a decision on a product like this for yourself. And if you have tried a brow tint gel out there on the market that you either really liked or you didn't like, please feel free to share below. Would love to hear your thoughts on this kind of concept. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Please subscribe so you'll always be notified of videos like this in the future, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.